Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And we are going to be getting into some Pixel news, which has been a while since I've gotten to talk about the subject of the Google Pixels. Just kind of giving myself a break away from just Pixel content and just going out there on, you know, other stuff. But yeah, we got some things happening here with the Google Pixel 9a. Things that, rumors that have been released, things that people are talking about regarding the Google Pixels. So while you're coming in, if you could, feel free to smash the like button. I would truly appreciate that. It only takes a second, but it goes a long way to helping out the channel. And so, yeah, Titus, what's up, man? Happy Friday and happy Valentine's Day, man. Hopefully, you got some cool things planned for today. So I do myself, which is why I'm not going to be on very long, maybe about half an hour, maybe up to an hour like I normally do, but I'm shooting for half an hour. So anyways, welcome. Glad to have you guys here. Yeah, shout out to my lovely wife. This was one of the things that she got me for Valentine's Day is a new coffee cup with a T-Rex on it. It was pretty cool. I still have a very bad cough, so, just having some hot cocoa this morning. And then, not trying to knock a bunch of stuff off my computer desk. She got me a T-Rex stuffed, little stuffed guy that came with the coffee mug. And of course, she got me like a Wolverine, a Deadpool t-shirt, and then a Deadpool Wolverine, some PJs, so I could be relaxed. I love my wife. She knows me very, very well. And for those that want to know what I got her the Eternal Flower. So it's the flower based off the movie Beauty and the Beast, the flower that's inside the capsule. And so I got that for her because I know she really loves flowers. And instead of getting like, a rose for her for Valentine's Day that would live for like, a week and then would wither away, I got her a rose that is eternal. And when you flip the switch, it lights up. And it's really cool. It's a really, really cool thing. And I'm glad that she loves it and everything. And then me and her have a little candy to split later on tonight. Because tonight, even though it's Valentine's Day, she and I are going out together to do some Amazon Flex. That's our side hustle to make extra money. And it's also our time to spend together. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, I want to talk about the Google Pixel 9a. So let me go ahead and just, kind of just share this with you guys. And we'll give it a second here. All right. So we are up and running. This is from Engadget. So I will copy and put the link in the chat. And then, yeah, you guys could, hit it up at your own leisure time. But anyways, yeah, so everything we know about the rumored Google Pixel 9a so far. Okay. Jeremy Gahn is the one who wrote this. And, little picture of the, Google Pixel 8a. That's the same model that I have. Same colorway and everything. But, yeah, so a couple of things, to notice with this article. One of the things they talk about is, the Pixel 9a will come with a slightly modified Tensor G4 chip with the Exynos modem 5300 found in the Pixel A series, instead of the newer modem that was found in the Pixel 9, which is the Exynos 5400. I don't know why Google tends to do these things. It's like, we get it. The Pixel 9a is meant to be budget, and the Pixel A series is on, a verge of a possible collapse of the Pixel 9a being the very last A series model, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But the fact that they're using the same modem that's in my Pixel 8a gives me all the reasons to say, on a financial point of view, I wouldn't update from the Pixel 8a to the Pixel 9a. Even though it has a Tensor G4 chip compared to the G3, having the same modem, I don't know. But to go on to talk about that, with the other specs, includes 8 gigabytes of RAM. So I'm not sure why they didn't beef it up to 12 gigs or even 16 gigs of RAM. And again, up to 256 gigabytes of internal storage. So that's what we know so far. It's supposed to have a 48 megapixel main sensor. a 13, sorry, a 13 megapixel ultra wide. Um, and you know what? I'm gonna give you guys my idea, my thoughts of what they should have done with the Pixel 9a having two different variants of it. And it may sound crazy, it may sound stupid, but just hear me out when I hit that point in this live that I want to talk about that. Um, Yeah, so the cameras is a 48 megapixel main sensor and then a 13 megapixel ultra wide. It doesn't say which camera sensor they're using, if they're using, a Sony sensor, if they're using a Samsung sensor. I would really love to know that. I'm going to go out on a whim and say that it's a Sony and not a Samsung. It seems like they reserved the Samsung camera sensors for the flagships like the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and then the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So, I mean, yeah. This year they're stating that there's going to be these for the colors. We're looking at a iris, which is purple, obsidian, which is black, peony, which is like a hot pink color, and porcelain, which is white. So if you guys want to know if I'm going for the Pixel 9a, yes, I am. And when I get it, I will unbox it. I will review it for you guys. But I am going for the iris color. If I grab two, I would go for the iris color for me and then the peony for my wife. But I think my wife is upgrading sometime soon to a Samsung Galaxy, and I mean that's her choice and it's cool and everything like that. A Verizon millimeter wave model will there'll be one. It'll be an extra $50 more. So if we're looking at the 128 gig model being $499, then $550 would be the pricing for the Verizon model with millimeter wave. This year they've yeah. Some people are going to be like very upset with this, but they went ahead and the 256 gigabyte model is now $599 instead of $549 like the Pixel 8a 256 model. That one was $549. And I'm not sure if it's because they have the Verizon model, which is going to be $50 more. So keep in mind, if you go for the 256, that one is going to be basically $650 for a millimeter wave. But I don't know if like both like the 256 and 128 gig model are going to have millimeter wave. I don't know if they're just going to go with the higher of the two. But then again, that would be like, what would be the point of that, right? We're going to hit that dreaded thing that everyone loves to talk about every year when the A series model comes out. And that is, why does this exist when you could just, for $150 more, go for the Pixel 9, So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Because, I mean, in my opinion, it's still going to be lower priced compared to the Pixel 9 and higher. So, man, it is hard to speak. Okay. Getting over the flu. I had the flu a week ago. I'm slowly getting over it. So according to sources that spoke with Android headlines, the smartphone will launch on March 26th, but Google will start accepting pre-orders on March 19th. That's going to be very interesting. Yeah, so that is interesting. Regarding the Pixel 9a, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think about the Pixel 9a because I have a Pixel 8a. Now, if I had like, if my main daily driver device was a Pixel 6a or even the Pixel 8a that I'm using as my webcam, well, not the Pixel 8a, but the Pixel 6a, Pixel 7a, Pixel 5a, if I had, the Pixel 6 or the Pixel 7, then the Pixel 9a would be a slight upgrade from those. But if I was going with my Pixel 8a, I really don't see the reason to upgrade to the 9a from the 8a. To me, it's not in the cards. I mean, yeah, you're going to get that extra year of support, and I'm pretty sure that the Pixel 9a is going to have 7 years of software support. So No problems at all whatsoever. When it comes to software supports, no problems at all. I'm just a little baffled the fact that even though that they are putting the Tensor G4 chip in there, and of course there has been rumors talking about that there is a slight difference between the G4 chip that's going to be in the 9A versus what was in the 9 and the 9 Pro models, and I'm not liking that idea at all either. But at the same time too, having the Exynos 5300 modem, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad modem. When I have, Metro by T-Mobile or Helium Mobile in my Pixel 8a, the data connection speeds downlink and uplink is pretty damn good. So I'm not, going to say that it's going to be such a terrible experience, but I don't know what people were getting with the Exynos 5400 modem. And so if the results are pretty similar, then it's not really that big of a deal. But if there is a marginal gap in downlink and uplink and latency network performance, then yeah, Houston, we have a problem, because I would rather take the 5400 modem than the 5300 modem. But all that is going to change coming up in the future, and that's why I say like the Pixel 9a is probably in jeopardy as it being the last of the A series. We don't know, because the recent move that Google did in August, releasing the Google Pixels in the summer, giving us the 9, the 9 Pro, the 9 Pro XL, and the 9 Pro Fold, pretty much put it in the standings where, when I look at people on social media and how they view this and what they think about this, I see a lot of them looking at this as in like the Pro model is the flagship, the Pro XL is the bigger flagship, the Pro Fold obviously is the foldable option, and that the Pixel 9 is the budget option. When I hear that type of rhetoric coming from other content creators and tech enthusiasts, to me that seemingly states that there really is no reason to continue on the A series. Even though I can name you about 5 reasons to continue the A series, wouldn't matter. Because the way that the company looks at it, they get the feedback from the consumers, and they kind of just pick it apart and they go off of it. And if everyone's looking at the 9 as the budget option at its pricing currently, that just opens the door wide open for them to be like, okay, well, that's going to be our budget option going forward. It's kind of like how Apple releases its base model, its plus model, its pro model, its pro max model, and then they have an SE model. They're going to start kind of like looking at the Pixel 9 as like the SE model. The budget option that's out there for people to get. And I don't know, I just find that to be kind of weird. My thing is what they could have done with the Pixel 9a. Okay, aside from the specifications, because it's going to be a fantastic phone in my opinion. Like if you haven't used the Pixel and you buy the Pixel 9a, you're going to love it. Okay, as long as there's no software glitches or software issues, you're going to love it. So what I would have done differently with the Pixel A series is to give it a new chapter, a step up. They're already starting to raise the price on the A series. It's starting to come up near flagship pricing. So why not kind of just bring in some additional things that would make it enticing for people to kind of look at it as a good option to kind of go for, right? So this year, what I would have done was Pixel 9a, $499. For the 256, okay, $50, not 256, but 128 gig, $499. The 2 camera sensors, the selfie camera sensor, everything pretty much basic on the same on that, right? $50 more for the millimeter wave version. Okay, fine. What I would have done with the 256 is I would have added a telephoto lens. All right, that's something that's going to be new and unique to an A series, to kind of have people be like, oh, okay, they're doing something here, right? Almost kind of like mimicking their flagship line with a base model and a pro model, right? The pro model having that additional telephoto lens. They could have done that with the 9A. Knowing that the 9A no longer has the camera visor, they kind of got rid of that, it's flush to the body. It's got maybe like a little, ring around the camera lens that, kind of protrudes a little bit out, but not drastically enough for you to know that that's the camera sensor where your finger's at if you're holding the phone from the back. You know, like on my Pixel 6a, I know where the camera is because I can feel the bottom of the visor. So they'll have a ring around the camera sensors that you can obviously feel, but it's not going to be like, you know, the camera visor or the camera bar that sticks out quite a bit. Even on the A series devices, it wasn't that far protruding out. This little ring around the camera will at least let you know that your finger is sliding into the camera lens area. So you know not to place your finger there to smudge it all up, or you're going to have some pretty terrible photos. Um, but yeah, I would have added a third sensor, a telephoto lens, to kind of just really kind of help, because again, Pixels have kind of went in a very odd direction, and I think that's what the whole change up in people's feelings about the phone really just kind of changed. You got the old school diehard Pixel fans that, you know, were all about the Pixel since it first launched with the Pixel 1, and just have truly been focused on its camera's ability to take pretty damn good photos. Okay, the camera sensors itself, the software optimized to the camera sensor to grab those shots. That's the reason why they rarely ever upgrade their camera sensor hardware every year in the past. They would use the same one, the Sony IMX363 12.2 megapixel camera. It's because they optimized the photography to get better and better over time, along with AI computational photography brought you the best of what you got when you snapped a photo. And you can even manipulate that with some of the Android the Google Photos editing app. The thing that it lacks, obviously, is a pro mode to be able to go in there and mess with the white balance, the ISOs, the focus, and all those things. I would love for one day for Google to bring that to the Pixel, and I'm hoping they're going to do that with the Pixel 10. The Pixel 10 is right around the corner, right? We're talking about the 9A in a March release. We're probably looking at the Pixel 10 releasing again in August of this year. And it's also switching up from using Exynos as its base for the processor chip, and switching over to TSMC, which builds Intel processors and things like that. They'll be building the next generation Tensor G5, and so that won't be a Samsung made processor chip. That's going to be made with TSMC. And so I'm thinking, because of the change up with going with TSMC building the Pixel 10, I'm hoping with its camera app, it introduces a pro mode. That's something that I really want to see with Google Pixels. It's one of the things that I really like about my Nothing Phone 1 is that even the camera app on this phone has a pro mode, or it's called expert mode. But basically, in theory, what it is, it's just pro mode. You could just really mess around with the settings to get a much different type of photo. And for smartphone photography, which is a new genre that's been out for a couple of years, it's been out for a couple of years, right? But photography's been out forever, right? Before smartphones were even around, there were people that was into photography, using cameras to take photos and stuff like that. And so now that our smartphones have evolved, right? Because we used to have just regular cell phones with a camera on it, little VGA camera that would take a photo. We started stepping into higher megapixel territory when we had feature phones like the LG Rumor Touch and the Samsung Rant and all those. And then into smartphones, it just took off. 1.2 megapixels, been becoming 3 megapixels, 5 megapixels, 12 megapixels, 16 megapixels, 32 megapixels, 50 megapixels, 64 megapixels, 108 megapixels. Like, it just started going up. And the resolutions just started going up too as well. Then we started getting things like macro shots and, ultra zoom. We got like where it could just like focus on a subject, even though, the things in the background is moving fast, time lapse modes, things like that. And so I'm thinking that Google Pixels really need to have a pro mode for smartphone photographers who really love just coming up with what they can and taking things on the Instagram. What up, B-Tech? And snapping photos and posting to Instagram and showing what their smartphones can do. So, if Google would listen and make a a pro mode in the Gcam app, that would be totally phenomenal. I would do backflips. Yeah, so the Pixel 9a is set to release on March 26th. So that's next month. And you got to remember, Google shifted its Pixel release date, right? Because last year the 9 released in August. So we had a long gap before the 9a, which would have released in like end of May, beginning of June, but they're spacing it away from the Pixel 10 launch. So March 19th is when you can pre-order them. They come in 4 colors: iris, which is purple; obsidian; porcelain; and peony. So a pink, white, black, and purple color is what they're releasing this year. 128 and 256 models releasing this year. 128 at $499, 256 at $599. Millimeter wave supported at $50 more on the price tags of either. I'm assuming. Okay, if it's just a 256 that's gonna get millimeter wave, then you're looking at $650 for it. But yeah, I coffee. Anyways, I would love a pro mode in the camera. Like I said, I would love for the more expensive model that's 256 of internal storage to have 16 gigabytes of RAM, to have an additional telephoto lens. That's what I would want if I did it my way. But obviously, I'm not running things, so it's not my way. It's not Burger King. Can't have it my way. But yeah, I am looking to get it. Like I said, when it comes to Pixels, my primary focus is going to be on the A series because it doesn't get a lot of attention like the flagships do. The flagships have gotten themselves recognized. Lots of people know what a Google Pixel is. Lots of people went after the 9, the 9 Pro, the 9 Pro XL, the 9 Pro Fold. Influencers on social media are heavily pushing the base flagship and the Pro flagship Pixels. There are people who review the Pixel A series and maybe like 2 or 3 videos, maybe at max 4 videos a year. There's not really anyone that's really pushing on the A series. So with me having the 8A as a device I got for Father's Day last year, I'm looking to get the 9A this year. Yep, no more HNT for new signups. We'll get into that here shortly, and I'll explain everything regarding on that. Also, too, my closeout with my partnership with Helium, so I'll be thanking them here in a little bit. But yeah, so that's that pretty much wraps up the whole Pixel topic, anyways. All it shows now is managed sim. What do you mean? All it shows now is managed sim. They completely took it away from the $20 unlimited plan. Hang on. This is interesting. Let me grab my other phone that has my Helium line. I want to see if they took away HNT from the original Helium accounts. Yeah, shut up. Knocking things over. All right. I'm going to look at my Helium account and see. Because the one thing I did know, is the new accounts weren't going to have it. Because obviously they're not rewarding the new Helium accounts with HNT. But from what I was told from their customer service, reaching out to them and everything, was that that things for original customers, things would stay the same for them. Nothing would change. Let's see. Okay, let me update the app. And once I'm done updating the app, then I'll find out. All right. All right. Opening Helium Mobile right now. I wish they would add the dark mode back. That's one of the things that I do think that they need to bring back. Okay. So on mine, I still see mapping right there on mine. And it's still showing me that I can map locations. Oh yeah, they moved the referral because now do you have a refer tab? So now when I click on refer, it shows me my statistics. It shows me that I have 685 referrals pending. So we'll see what happens with those. But let me view my wallet. And yeah, I'm still earning H&T. So I'm not entirely sure. But if you were signed up on Helium Mobile before February 4th, everything from what I'm told is still the same, right? What I hate about having the Helium Mobile hotspot is sometimes my phones that have Helium don't always connect to it. Yeah, that's something that I've seen on chat threads and stuff like that. So yeah, you'll definitely want to look into that. Sometimes restarting it helps from what I've heard from people. But yeah, the new Helium Mobile, because I have the zero plan. I gotta log into it because I put the SIM in my Pixel 6a now. Been testing it out to just see how it works out. Got my both my daughters on the zero plan also. So they're good to go now with the zero plan and going forward with that plan. So that'll work out for them. Gotta enable location sharing on the free plan because that's what makes it free, is the discovery map. The heck? Let's see. Permissions, location, always allowed. And let's try this again. I don't know why it's doing that. I keep saying failed. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, starting the phone does help. Yeah, it does. Anyways, so with all these new plans, there's going to be these new changes. I don't know what's heading into the future. I do know, as being a partner with Helium Mobile for the time, I do want to thank them for the opportunity. I also want to thank them, for allowing me to hook up people with a month of free service. Of course, that promo code is not working at this time right now. So if you have the promo code I was issuing out on videos, if you try to use it now, it's not going to work from what I'm told. I just recently got in touch with Nova Labs. And so at this time right now, because of all these changes and these restructures, like with the rewards and everything like that, the partner program is on a hold. So the opportunity that, was presented, the fact that, they accepted me into the partner program, and, it was a lot of fun working throughout the entire year of 2024. I had nothing but fun. It was awesome. And I just love the fact that I was able to, help people out. That was my main concern. And we'll see where it goes from there. They already know that if they have any future projects going on, they can reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to assist with that because I really do like Helium Mobile. I honestly think it is like the best affordable brand currently right now. Um, yeah, you have to stay active. One of their tricks, so you might miss the rewards. Yeah, so if you don't move around, it can't map, so it won't earn anything. Like you have to move, you have to map 40 hexes. Now, of course, this changes with um, with the new things that's going on regarding the cloud points and everything like that. Obviously that is a change. um the cloud points you would trade in for gift cards. You could use it at various different places. The gift cards could, like, you can get like a gift card to use it to pay your mobile bill with Helium. So you still can, essentially make your mobile phone bill free with Helium if you um do what's necessary to earn the cloud points. um One thing I did see that I thought was pretty interesting is that you do earn cloud points when you are well, for each every month, right? So every month of active service with Helium, you're awarded cloud points, and I think they're going to add in other things that you can do well with your phone service that would earn you cloud points, and enough cloud points built, you can use it towards different things in the cloud stores, what it's going to be called. And yeah, I think that's one thing that did aggravate people was just these changes just came in one after another, right? Like we were earning mobile tokens as our reward for discovery mapping, and then that switched to HNT because they were trying to consolidate to just one token. So now mobile tokens basically became a meme coin. um it still has some value to it, and luckily it went up in value the last, like, I think 3 or 4 days ago, because the remaining balance, I had like 27,000 mobile tokens, and I used that to just prepay my phone bill. So the month of March is pretty much covered. I don't got to worry about my bill till April. And I'm currently building HNT, which um on an average 1.2 or 1.3 of Helium network token is equivalent to $5. So if you want to be able to prepay your Helium mobile bill, if you're on the $20 plan and you're discovery mapping earning HNT, your goal you want to hit is you want to at least accumulate like 5.0 HNT. That would be, in my opinion, that would be equivalent to like $20 and some change. And then that way you could just prepay your bill every month. Now, as far as those on the new Helium plan, whether you're on the Infinity, the Air, or the zero plan, you don't need to prepay anything. Discovery mapping being on is your ticket to basically, having your phone service free. That's the reason why discovery mapping can't be turned off on the zero plan, is because that's what's paying your phone bill to have 100 minutes, 300 texts, 3 gigabytes of high-speed data is covered by you mapping. Now, on the $15 and the the $30 plan, that if you have mapping turned off, no big deal. You just won't be earning cloud points, so you won't be able to use it towards things, and you just pay your bill as normally as what you would. Now, if you want to get those gift cards and rewards and things like that, well, then you got to turn on mapping as you would if you were on the old Helium plan. But the difference is you're earning cloud points, and every month you earn cloud points. They have a section in the Helium app now where you go into when you go into your cloud points section, so where it shows your cloud points, you tap on it, it opens it up, it shows you how you've earned the cloud points you currently have. And then there's another tab that says balloons, and when you open that up, there's balloons representing each month of the year. As you continue service on the zero plan or on the air plan or infinity plan, when you cross another month, you get another balloon. Those balloons are worth cloud points. It's kind of like what they did was they replaced crypto with cloud points, and they replaced NFTs with balloons. Oh my god, that sounds so weird saying it like that. Like, you're not getting NFTs anymore, you're getting balloons. But my only regret is that in the time that Helium Mobile was giving its its customer base crypto and NFTs, I really wish that I had bought a Google Pixel from them. If I had bought a Pixel 7a or a Pixel 8 from Helium, I would have gotten the Pixel badge NFT. That would have been so cool to have. But yeah. Um, Anyhow, yeah. So again, big shout out to Helium Mobile, and again, thank you so much for the opportunity to be a partner and an affiliate, and to help get the word, spread the word of Helium Mobile. I know there's a lot more bigger channels, and they're like primarily focused on cryptocurrency, whereas I'm a newbie to it, right? So that's why I don't give out financial advice. I did start a dedicated channel to Helium specifically because some people just don't like the crypto talk and everything. So I am going to be migrating those videos over to a dedicated channel. ACH, which is funny because when my wife was talking about it, she was just like, Aloha Crypto Helium. And then she's like, ACH is what you find in your bank records when you get a transaction of a deposit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you know what? There's like, out of sheer happenstance, it works out, right? So the ACH channel is live. It was a channel I've always had and repurposed it, and I will be primarily focused on crypto and Helium on that channel, giving you guys updates on the value of HNT, mobile token, IoTs, giving you guys talks about the hotspots, best practices to deploy them from what I've gathered, from people that talk about them. What could we expect in the future with Helium? Any changes, any news regarding Helium Mobile, I will talk about on there. Maybe like once a month on this channel, I will talk about it as just a mobile phone service provider. And if I do any comparisons to that against Mint Mobile or Mobile X or any of those, because I think that these new MVNO prepaids are the way to go. Okay, Metro by T-Mobile, you guys probably heard part of my story. I don't know if you guys actually watched the whole 16-minute video, but Metro by T-Mobile customer service, phone agents, outsourced, located in the Philippines, sucks at elephants goat royally. Yeah, you guys could watch that video to know exactly what happened. I don't feel like retelling the entire story, but I could just say this: the people at on X, shout out to Vanity. She took care of me from X, and like I explained to her, because they wanted to know what was going on with me. I did reach out to them to see, if anything can be done. But I told them, like, ultimately the reason I posted what I posted on X was because of the rep that I spoke to on the phone, who literally tried to tell me that dual SIM, dual standby cannot ever happen because they're a prepaid company and they don't allow it. And I was just explaining to her, like, look, I know the Moto G Stylus 2024 has DSDS. I know this. I put another SIM card into it with Metro on the eSIM, and both SIM cards were reading. Like, you can see it was reading the other SIM card. It just wanted that 6-digit unlock code to unlock it, so that way it could be used. And I had that was primarily the argument with Metro, was just explaining to them they don't control or run DSDS on a phone. They control if a phone can be network unlocked to another provider because it was sold through them. And then her manager on the phone decided to tell me like 5 lies, which I notated everything, and audio recordings were submitted to the FCC when I filed my complaint. But he first tried to tell me the same thing as her, that Metro does not allow any phone to run dual SIMs on it. That was a lie. And then he tried to tell me that they had no way of unlocking the device. That was a lie. And after, he got shaken up because he started to get scared when I started to kind of just, be stern with my stand against him, he finally decided to run the IMEI and check how many days the phone was active after he's saying that they couldn't do that. So he was caught in his own lie. And I explained that to the rep on Twitter, and she was very apologetic. And I told her it's cool. Like, it is what it is. I have no intentions of closing out my Metro account. That's why don't worry about it. Everything's fine. It's just I don't like people telling me that, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about when I do, and then they want to go ahead and lie to me about it when they shouldn't. They should just be honest. But the reason why that they do in the Philippines, and I explained it at the end of the video. If you watched the whole 16-minute video, you would have heard me say this, but I'm gonna say it again now. And that is the reason that they do it. Two reasons. One, they know you can't go there to kick their ass because they're in the Philippines. So you would have to take a flight, and they're sure you're not going to go and spend like $1,300 to take a round trip flight to the Philippines to find them. Secondly, we don't know exactly where their call center is located. So that would be pretty hard to find their call center. But I'm sure it would probably be in the capital city of Luzon, because that's the island you want to go to. Because the Visayan Islands and the island of Mindanao, those are not really going to be heavily influenced and connected to the United States. But the northern island, the biggest island of the Philippine island chain, Luzon, is going to be, because that's where Clark Air Force Base was at. Anywho. And then the second reason why is that some Filipinos there don't like Americans. And so they act that way with you because they can, which is why this is why I say, like, I don't really want to take away jobs from Filipinos in the Philippines because, that's probably a really good job that they're making and making good money. But it's reasons like that I feel like that those types of jobs, call center, support, needs to be brought back to the US. Okay? Because I don't know how their quality control is, but I know how our quality control is here. And if you get a US based rep on the phone who acts the way that they do, they're gonna get coached probably once, and if you do it again, you're walked out of the call center with your badge removed off of you. You're sent out, and you can never get back in because yes, they do have security locked doors. You can't just walk in the building. You gotta have ID badges to basically get in the building and to get into certain areas. So, anyways, yeah. So, fuck Metro by T-Mobile customer service reps. By phone, outsource. If they're US based reps, they're fine. Sure, they'll still argue with us on things, but they're a little bit understanding, and at least they listen to us. That's the problem with the over the seas reps. They don't listen to customers. Like that guy, like I said, the guy got shook when he and I were talking. The manager, he got shook because I got sick and tired of him cutting me off. And while I was explaining things, he was talking at the same time, and he wasn't like saying like, "Sir, you're not listening, sir." Like, he wasn't doing that. I was telling him what DSDS is and why they don't have control over it. And while I was saying that, he was going on, "But sir, we're just a prepaid company. We don't offer any services like that." Like, he was literally going. So I had to say, "Hey, I heard you speak. I was quiet. I let you speak. Now it's your turn. You hush and I'll talk." And that shook him. Because I think the last person that spoke to that guy like that was his mother. All right, B-Tech, take it easy and have a good day, bro. Anyways, we're about to end it right now anyways, because I got things I got to get done too. But I just wanted to come on here, hop on, talk about the Pixel 9a, the Pixel 10. And then, yeah, so you'll find more videos kind of just covering that. And, the other videos that I make, as usual. Don't worry. Once if I get feedback from Helium that they got an affiliate program going on again that I could be a part of, that I could help put out there for new customers to try out Helium Mobile, bet your bottom dollar I am going to do it. So for now, it's kind of a halt on the Helium thing, but I'll still promote them. I still would say to sign up with them. I think the free plans are great for young kids to have. You ain't got to pay out of pocket for it. And they get some minutes, some text, and some data. And a generous amount of data, too, for free. To be able to have a phone that you can always stay in touch with your kids. You got an Air plan that's good for teenagers. You got the Infinity plan that's good for the big kids, the adults. And 36 gigs of high-speed data is pretty damn good. So on that note, like I said, if you guys could smash the like button, I would truly appreciate that. It only takes a second. If you just subscribe to the channel, thank you for doing so. Turn on bell notifications so you don't miss an upload or when I go live like this. And yeah, you guys take it easy. Happy Valentine's Day. Go out there and if even if you don't have a Valentine this year, make yourself your Valentine. Love yourself. Go and treat yourself to like a nice meal at a restaurant that you normally don't go to all the time. Go get yourself something that you really wanted, that you've been holding off on. So now's the time to love yourself. If you're single, don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with being single. More power to you. And just go and spoil yourself. Love yourself, because you never know. Sometimes a person who's single that's not looking to be in a relationship ends up finding the person they're meant to be with in life, because they actually weren't looking and they just let life take its course and they collided. Big Bang Theory. I'll talk to y'all later. As always, aloha. Peace.